This is Chapter 2, Section 1, Using Transformations to Graph Quadratic Functions. Lesson 1, Video 3, Graphing Quadratics Using a Table. Now, the graph that we are going to do is f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8. Make a table. The first thing that you want to input are your possible x values. We are going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for this given graph. The way that I determined my points is by the following formula. Negative b divided by 2a, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 6, and c would be equal to 8. So with that information, we are able to take a negative of a negative 6 divided by 2 times 1 is 2. That would be 6 divided by 2, which is 3. As you'll notice, 3 is the middle number that I have chosen to use for my x values. Once I determined that one number, I picked two numbers smaller, or directly below it, and the two numbers directly above it. So once I figured out the 3, I could understand the use for the 1, 2, and the 4, 5. After graphing, I'll explain to you the significance of this number 3. But the next phase of our t-chart the next phase of our graph is our t-chart. So the next phase is to actually go ahead and plug in each of the different x values into our formula to determine the matching y's. So for the first one, we get 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 8, which would be equal to 1 minus 6 plus 8, which is negative 5 plus 8, which is 3. Therefore, one ordered pair is 1, 3. And remember, all ordered pairs are x comma y. Take 2 and plug in 2, and you'll get 2 squared minus 6 times 2 plus 8. That would give us 4 minus 12 plus 8, which is negative 8 plus 8, which is equal to 0. So 2, 0 would be our next point. Plug in 3. You'll get 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 8, and that's going to be 9 minus 18 plus 8, which is 17 minus 18, which is negative 1. So 3, negative 1 is another point. Plug in 4. 4 squared minus 6 times 4 plus 8. That is 16 minus 24 plus 8, which is 0. So you get 4, 0. Plug in 5. 5 squared minus 6 times 5 plus 8. That gives you 25 minus 30 plus 5 is negative 5 plus 8, which again is 3, and you will get 5, 3. Once you have your 5 ordered pairs, you're going to plot all of them. So we have 1, 3, 2, 0, 3, negative 1, 4, 0, and 5, 3. You'll see that my points make a very nice looking U shape. Connect them in order to actually produce that U shape. Oops. Okay, and you'll notice our graph is facing up. Now, when looking at this point right here, you can see that this is the 3, negative 1. The importance of this is that it is your vertex. You want to be able to find your vertex to ensure that you find all 5 points that are on both the left and the right side of your graph. Otherwise, you might only see half your graph and never actually know when it turns around and starts to go up, like this one does. So that is why I needed to figure out the 3 earlier in the equation. So the negative b over 2a is how you can determine the x value of your vertex. Once you know your vertex, you can get 2 points to the left and 2 points to the right to ensure that you get the correct V shape. So again, the first thing that you want to do is to set up your chart. Okay, so the first thing you do is set up chart. The second thing you do is find negative b over 2a, fill in 5x values, find all 5 points, and then the fifth thing you do is graph it. Okay, and that would be the best way to graph a quadratic using a t-chart. So here's your u-chart. Graph g of x is equal to negative x squared plus 6x minus 8. To assist in this process, I'm going to slightly rewrite this to make sure that you do not work that negative incorrectly. That is negative 1 times x squared plus 6x minus 8. You'll notice here there are no parentheses. Therefore, the x is being squared, not the negative 1. Please make sure that you show all steps, and if you have questions, you can ask them in class.